There we go. I'm officially now live streaming.
Oh,
Hello, stream.
Hello. Yes, all I ask is if just try to not cuss on, like
okay.
even if Twitch is okay with it. Like, I'm also streaming pretty much
What's
to
your stream
YouTube.
about?
Just me creating stuff and or trying to work. Essentially, just random stuff in Neos. Like,
Mm.
not like I have a full direction really for it, but it's why I label like creative stuff in Neos. So.
I love YouTube's live stream. They have like almost no rules.
Oh yeah.
I don't have to worry about Twitch's things on there. It's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently I can grab things in this world. That's not good. You can grab the floor plates like this.
Let me see if
I see these things, right? Yeah. Oh, these guys, yeah.
Oh,
apparently not streaming to one of them, but
I wonder
that's
if...
Picardo. I'm not too worried about Picardo.
I guess somebody forgot to make these non-grabbable.
What things?
Are these just floating around like ghosts?
Oh, I can delete those. See, I only exclusively stream to YouTube because, like, Twitch wants you to be playing a specific game or have like a context to your stream, and YouTube doesn't care about. I could stream, 6 hours of silence and a black screen, and YouTube doesn't complain to me.
Oh yeah.
It's funny.
Well, I'm mainly also doing it because
Hey, Redzulo,
yeah.
do you play Destiny? Have you ever tried it?
Oh, I seen Destiny. Wait, let me see as. Oh, I got friend requests. I was like, what is the two things here?
Oh, there's Agus.
I haven't been on Destiny in like a couple weeks. I probably won't be on there either because I'm going to the con soon, and that's gonna
Yeah, that's okay.
it's gonna be a good 2 weeks before I get back on there probably.
When you get home from the con,
Hello
I'll
again.
probably have a new cushion
Streaming now,
for my
so.
headset.
Oh, when I get home from the con, I will have my new headset. I'll have my Oculus S. It's gonna actually be delivered while I'm at the con.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this.
Brand new headset. Ooh, exciting!
Ooh. I hope it feels comfortable.
It's supposed to be the most comfortable that they could possibly make it.
I don't know. I just hope it's more comfortable and not less comfortable, or at least as comfortable as this one, because I already don't like wearing my headset for too long.
You kind of have to get a separate cushion for it because it's a different mass.
Hey, just.
Do they?
How's it doing?
What was
I would
the?
order
Is
a
it
new
like
cushion for
smaller
it
numbers
right
makes the
away.
camera go slower?
I don't have one.
Or like,
I don't even have one.
so it's
now.
like
I
not
just use the
popping
basic foam.
out when it's like going
Oh,
into a
really?
group position.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I find the Oculus fairly comfortable.
See.
Yeah. I clean it. I watch it all the time.
Yeah, it looks like
I
that
should
that
probably
works.
try and clean it.
I don't know
You
if there's
can
a
pop
way
the-
to
you
like
can-
make
you
it
can
so
pop
it doesn't
the
like.
plastic piece right off and just go and just watch. I just run it
It's
under
hard
water
to
and,
control
squish,
so
squish
it doesn't
the
like go
foam.
right behind
Yeah.
someone and get obscured by stuff.
Yeah, I'll do that. I think I'll probably just go
Maybe
ahead
just
and do
having
that
it
now, 'cause
like
it's been,
angled up.
I've never washed it once, and I think that probably.
Well, it'll take a little while to dry, so I'd probably do it when you're done
Hello.
using VR.
No, you're not the only one.
Okay. Using fear.
Wait.
Hey, what's your Twitch channel so I can bring up your chat?
Well, it's my same name, Rizilla Riker. That's my Twitch actually.
With a space? How does that work?
Let me see. Without a space, I believe. So, yeah, try just Rizilla Riker without space.
Okay.
And hello, chat. Apparently, so far only people on YouTube joined my chat. which on their screen they'd see. I actually docked 2 windows up here so I could see my stream, my OBS stuff, and then my multi-chat.
Do you have your controller haptics on?
I found this is better than oh, the glow is beautiful.
Nice and warm.
It looks like if I'm not got this over the window, it's going slow frame rate, which is probably useful, like so it's not like taking up much when I'm not using that window, but it does look like it's stuttery when I oh, thanks, you too. Merry Christmas, even though that's a month away. What's the camera doing? So this world has special lighting, by the way. It's doing, I could see some flickering of the lights. Coffee's been,
If footsteps do get added, then we'll be one step closer to recreating
oh, here's coffee.
Minecraft in Neos.
Coffee's asleep.
It's being cute dragon.
Aw.
Was he like working all night or something and then decided to fall asleep here?
Well, he lives in another time zone as well, so.
Yeah.
That's true.
He always falls asleep in the game.
Yep.
Yeah, I wonder how he finds that comfortable. Sure
I fall asleep on there all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure you get used to it.
Usually watching a movie or something, I'll fall asleep.
Yeah. As long as it's not hurting your eyes or something.
What was the last movie you watched?
How can it hurt your eyes if your eyes are closed?
Oh,
yeah, exactly. But
oh, we've watched a lot of anime since then, but the last feature-length movie we watched was actually It, I believe.
oh, okay. So what were you watching?
I don't know what they're gonna do, but I have plans on. I'm gonna work on doing more logic stuff, like seeing if I could set up the eating mechanic to fit on avatars, or do more, if anything, more cleanup on it. That I've been thinking of wanting to do. Let me, before I do that, I want to look at one thing on here. Look on my computer.
No,
I am wondering if I can. Oops, wrong thing.
I know it's really.
My Twitch.
They put a lot of effort into it. It's a very large scale show, for sure.
What time does
Oh, can I hear you?
I hardly got to speak to him at all last night.
Well, I kind of walked away from everyone, so not at the moment if you're in the same world. Oh, it is all online. Okay. I was wondering why that. Oh, never mind. It is working. I don't need to worry about it. I'm gonna go to a new world, by the way, so I.
Okay. That's fine. Where are you gonna go?
I'd probably just create a world, or
Oh, you gonna work on something?
yeah, I'm going. Like I was saying, I was gonna work on like those my logics, which
You want friends?
yeah, I think I will start a new world because I think there's big updates did to this eating mechanic when we were doing that fish thing.
Did you get a copy of the clear logics button that was made?
It's in everybody's inventory.
Yeah,
Oh, is
that's
it
that's
really?
a public inventory thing. Oops, I did not mean to spawn it. Meant to click on it, look at its name. Okay, so it's this one.
I got a message on Discord. I can just go into my menu.
Beans need to. What do you mean by that? Beans need too much. So yeah, I'm gonna just do. I'm gonna leave and then just create a new world here.
I really like my new mouse. Feels good to hold it.
Which
Looks like Hubbard's Pokemart has an announcement.
I might
The
set.
link.
I might set my world to like everyone spectator and then just change it on if someone really wants to do something. Or like to click on things.
Well, I'm just ready to join.
Okay. Yeah, so create a basic world here.
Ooh, empty world.
Yep, a simple empty world. I'll just make visitors as spectator.
Isn't that the default now?
Well, it looked like the default visitors was as guests, so they could like
Oh,
click
I
and.
thought you meant anonymous. Sorry.
Yeah, nominous is always spectator, but I just switched visitors as so like people that did make an account, just so they don't mess with something that on someone that I don't know. But it's looking like this is my later, because there's a big change, like how I was working before. It was where someone could or if you had someone else wearing the same logics, it was sitting out like dynamic impulses with the exact like same name. So one would have,
So everybody would pick it up.
yeah, everyone would affect each other. So one eats something and everyone starts filling up.
Shared food.
Yeah. Which gave a like I seen something like where like some comic had like I guess like a magical collar that like person ate food and then filled up someone else's belly. And so it gave like it.
All right.
So like I could set that up to do that and just like it uses like some unique name to like someone else's thing and so like one affects the other and and you sit there eating food and you're like filling up someone's belly. So it could be like just a funny little thing, but what I want to do is
It's one suggestion I had that is really easy for you to implement is instead of using the name, so it's looking for food in the name, you should use the tag instead. That way people can name the things appropriately.
that is one of the things that I would like to update on it that I've been finding that, which also more so what I want to set it up as is like simply for now, like in this value data, data field thing that you could do in components is like I'm going to hook it up to like a text thing where you can manually change what it looks for too.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I kind of wonder if like if I want to change it, it would make me have to then change all the items that are called food right now that are set up in like the world. But I wonder if you could like have it do both. Like if it's, yeah, you know what? Yeah, like it could be called food or yeah, I could think of like how to simply do that. Grab out my little tools here. But it's the nice thing of having them all like in their own list thing. I can pull out which one I want.
Yeah, nice organization.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like which is the ones that I probably want to grab out. Yeah, this is the one that's looking for the food. Oh, which what I
Mhm.
also like, which it would help for me to tilt this up. So I got this group here. It was, oh, that was weird. The components were all. So I even have labeling names of things.
If you wanted to, I'm not gonna mess with your thing, but if you wanted to change
Morning,
it to
Zach.
tag and tag instead, you just like, drop get tag here instead of get slot name.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing both actually. So like I'll put uh that one
An
logic
an
thing.
an an or, yeah.
Yeah, a
Can,
logic thing that like it could be either one of them and it would work.
yeah, it would be like, and then you could do another contains like Hadoop.
Well, would it be easier to put it up on the top?
Yeah, but if you had two of them, connect this, and then if you
You need.
and there's an or there in operators.
I think it's this line thing.
Yep, it's the pipe. That's right.
Yeah, and this will make it so either one of them can be true to make it true.
Yeah. So now it could be either the tag or the name.
Yeah. Which is how I was doing how first was trying to set it up was putting every like all sorts of tags on things with uh that could be like edible or food. And
I just feel it's more appropriate because then like the tag is more like a description of what it is, like it's food, and then the name can be ham or corn or
yeah,
blah 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 blah.
yeah. And so it would be like if it's easier that way then uh like may go to only doing tag. Uh you just like at the moment it would be extra work to then go back and like put need to
Yeah,
put the tag on all the
that's why
things.
the either or is nice
Yeah.
because you don't have to update the old stuff.
Cause where you like I see you chatting. Hello, Cassandra. What's the problem? Uh,
Oh, Zach said hi in Twitch. Hi, Zach.
hello. Hey, why did I clicked on something on the window? Now it's like not going away. I highlighted his name and I can't unselect it for some reason. Steam VR doesn't have the greatest ways to interact with your computer.
No, that's why I prefer the Oculus like overlay instead. It has a really good desktop mode.
Yeah, the index and stuff. Seem. Are you able to hear me, people on YouTube? I don't know if like something's weird going on, like sound's not. Oh, Merry Christmas. Oh, which that reminds me, something I could do. I don't exactly need this dock to on my thing, but I could just bring up the chat in here. Make a big chat thing here.
Oh, that's weird. The one I have open says there's zero viewers. Yours says one. Why isn't it updating?
It it it's either like very slow or just doesn't update. So I don't really go off of like if that has any viewers. So yeah, that was like an easy update thing to that. But so it'd be nice to turn this instead of like just texting from here, but like it is driven from a text in here.
Yeah, have it be a component that's easily editable in the inspector, you mean?
Yeah. And maybe sometime later I could even then change that to get driven by like some control like on your HUD or like if I'm
Yeah.
putting so many buttons, like maybe like bring up something on your hand or so that you could bring up and like do all these edit controls.
That's the
It's in data and it's like
value field.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah value
And then you
fields.
can choose string. Cool.
Um
What object do you want to put it under in there?
I'm thinking of what to name this.
Editables?
Yeah, edibles. Like would it be like edible search it? Uh, it's basically the text that like what it searches for that's edible. Oh, it's all clear. Hello, TG Wolf. Hey, please. No, you really hope you're not wanting to die. That does not sound good.
That does not sound good.
Yeah. I'll just call it edible tag. And then it'll just be putting this data field. Which one would it be?
String.
The string?
String. Yeah,
Just not like a
It's that-
text one.
right there.
And then the value, I guess, is
Is whatever you want the text to be.
yeah. So I'll grab this.
Oh, that's the easy mode.
Yeah, instead of retyping it.
And then you just let me do this. I'll just because I feel like it. You could
Yeah, grab a interaction thing and yeah, and then it's connecting that right into that. Shouldn't
yeah, one of those is wrong.
yeah, I believe it's it's
Oh,
the
yeah,
new one that get tagged.
substring is what you're looking for, and string.
Yeah, I believe it needs to go like this on that
Yeah,
because that's how this one's been working. Like the top,
you're right.
yeah, the top one is what it searches for, and then the bottom one is yeah, see string and then substring.
Yeah, top one is the source text, and then the bottom one is what it's searching for in the source text.
Yeah. So it wasn't going to be searching that tag correctly. Well, thanks. Yeah, happy Merry Christmas. I think it's just still like it's not even December yet.
Merry Christmas. Oh,
Yeah. And what else was I thinking? Like I was wondering on even like putting like values that where you can change like how much food would give you. And oh, here's something I want to like just check on, like get users, see if this is, yeah, see this is all the new changes that I think is Chris, forget like his full name, but like Chris helped on doing this.
Mhm.
So apparently there's this text code that you basically can like have it add pretty much a prefix name in front of it.
Yep. Format. What format does is it combines all the things in the gray into the red one based on like how you lay them out in here. So like 0 and 1, this is 0 and 1. So it'll insert
Yeah.
FUD level underscore and then the user ID.
Yeah, and so with that uh it became its own system, which however after we set that up, I heard that instead of having it do root slot, you have it like do its like actual slots root of this thing to, and I think that like contains it to be in its own thing on what each of these are searching for and triggering.
That prevents it from triggering on everyone.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
would have been the easier fix to do than setting all this up, but now that we set it up, it's like it is a
I mean,
useful
if it
thing.
works. If
Yeah.
it works.
It would work the same way either way, so I don't know if it would be like that much more optimized or if it really changes the optimizing. But it'd be just a little extra work to switch out all these root slot to the root of that thing. Which, in a way, doing that, yeah, it would be annoying. Because, like, I would have to get the root slot of each of these group things. Of pretty much
I don't
each.
think, now I'm going to tell you there's not really an optimization issue here because this looks like it only actually ever changes if the active user changes. So that's going to be a one-time thing.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like this is not happening all the time. This is just to
Yeah,
make
that's
sure
fine.
all the stuff is looking at its own ID.
No issues there.
Oh, and I wonder if that's the same Chris that I was talking about. That's in YouTube. I think it's probably a different one. Because, oh, and of course there's a new build.
Ooh, time to go read the release notes.
Yeah. So I might repack this and save it again.
Well, let's see what they've done.
Just because I'm curious about looking at this world anyway.
He fixed an exploit that we found the other day.
Oh yeah. I'll be right back, by the way. I just want to load this world up and check something. Yep, and see, and this is using the old system. So this obviously, that's why like even though like I had a world that's set up, it's basically this can be set up like with any world, so that's the nice thing about it. So, did I save that little picture? I think I put it in here. No, I did not. Or did I? Yeah, I'm gonna just save this right in here because this is useful. Cassandra, I will say I don't know if you're really trying to do this or or just not from yeah, just calm down, Cassandra. Like I don't want to have to start doing some policing on my chat. I don't know if it's like just misunderstanding going on or you're really actually trying to troll here. And yeah, I think everyone's be moving into the new build, so I'm probably gonna yeah, I'm gonna see what he's up to just for a moment.
Well, since there's a new update coming out in that, I'm gonna go shovel snow. I'll be back on.
Yeah, we.
Okay, are you gonna say this?
Yes, in a second. I'm just gonna make sure I got what I'm gonna set this to the default value that I'll have.
Yeah,
So that's about good.
Okay, cool.
Hello.
And then I'll get the other one. And just swap it. There we go.
In a few
Your parents
hours,
want
I'm
you to
gonna
shovel
start
snow?
throwing.
Well, at least to help, you know. Plus, it's been snowing all day.
Such a
too,
good son,
so.
Aegis. Such a good son.
Yeah, Aegis, so you've been having to shovel snow a lot these few days.
Indeed. Well, I know.
Fuck that
you
shit.
know,
Good thing I don't
because
live around where there's snow everywhere. That would suck.
And it's better than having
I am
hurricanes or stuff
streaming, by
like
the
that.
way.
Yeah.
Are you on your quest again?
Yep. I'm on my Oculus Quest.
Just waiting for his index to
Which
be
that sucks
prepared.
too, because the resolution at farther distances is bad. I can't even read the text on there. It's all jitter and blurred out. I can't read the text from here.
Well,
Oh.
even with my index, that's hard to see from this distance.
Like right here, still can't read out what the text says.
I could read it about here.
You can up the distance on the index. You
I
probably don't have your thing upped. You need to up it.
Where
'Cause you
would
can-
that be? Is it in just settings?
Yeah, it should be under your like rendering options, and then it increases like the distance of it.
I'm about
Wait, double check.
Oh,
Make
advanced
sure that
setting.
things are right. Some people grabbed onto shit, so before you save,
Let me just double check.
yeah, check around the perimeter and make sure nobody spawned anything.
I'll look at that some other time. My camera's all messed up for some reason.
Yeah. Okay, so that looks fine. That looks
I'm
fine.
gonna save. And then I'm gonna go shovel snow. That means this row will close because I'm gonna go on a new version. Hello, Turk. Goodbye, Turk. I'll be back on in a minute.
I wanted to see it.
You'll get to see it. Next can open up the next
Are you
one,
able to
because
do
since
ballet
it's-
moves though?
It's been
Okay, babe.
saved. But please leave all this alone when.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna touch it.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Alright. New
All right, see you in a
version.
bit.
I'm gonna
Read
reset
up,
too.
Aegis.
Camera's
Alright.
stuck on the floor also, so I need to. Yeah, so I'm gonna pack this stuff up and then save it. If I really do lose the work, there wasn't much changes we did anyway. I wish I warned right at the start. Maybe I would like do it on, I don't know. It is even in here that is the most safe of doing uh on live streaming in like a VR game online is I don't like that I'm like going into the camera when I walk forward. It's like uh, uh. But I can't stop everyone to just slip off cuss words really. So I feel like I should have warned right at the start there, just so like it's in video. But I would say like now, I guess like be warned that there's. And I believe this one is food fill. So all this should be packed. It always packs a few off on its own. You know, I probably might. You know what? I could probably dock this button. Stick this button, like, in my tools thing right in here. Just parent that, like, into this. And just stick this, like, in here. Just so I could press this and. Why is. Oh, yeah. Food fill, yep. That goes with that. So that's why I have this grabbable, so I can just do this. Might as well delete this one. Oh, this character? Yeah, it's cute to volley. Oop, someone loading in here? I saw a camera, saw someone. Oh, thanks for following. Saying that that's shown. Thought someone was loading in here. That was interesting. It's like someone's trying to, but I'm gonna close the world, so. Oh, it's Dante. Oh, it's because. Yeah, I'm not. Any update? I don't know if I might have to stop the stream to do this update. But yeah, I'm gonna be back. Might as well just close that. It's 2 megabytes. Yeah. So I just need to like exit out. Oh, which I'm kind of wondering if I can. Yes, I can manipulate this stuff. I'll just have that one on, which is going to go to standby anyway, right? Shortly here. So. Exit Neos. Gotta do a little update here. Oh, where's it starting? I guess that's... I guess it brings it right back up. So it's coming back up now. You say park?
It's like Minecraft all over again.
Oh, nice.
Oops. Oh, it didn't go in the right place.
Hi, Lewis.
There you go. Hello.
I'm live streaming.
How are you, Dante?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
It's very bluish.
I know. The first time I came in here, it messed with my head so much because like no other world looks like this. Oh, we did it.
Bring up
Oh,
my...
that's cool.
Yeah. The building system finally works. I gotta configure the light. It's a bit too bright. It blows out in a flat tune.
All right, guys. Everybody, bring in whatever you want to cook.
Got it. Let's see here.
Bring in some food.
All right. Let's cook this boy. Can...
Oh no, you moved the thing.
Oh no.
Oh, no, okay, he's glued to the warhead.
There we go.
It's...
You don't have to move it. It snaps to where it needs to be automatically.
Well, I was trying to grab this and it wasn't letting me. Which, I don't have my mechanics on this guy.
Oh, that pumpkin's a little big.
Maybe pumpkin.
I'll just, oops. Is I duplicating it?
Mm.
Yep.
Just that. Didn't mean to duplicate it. Why can't I grab them all at once? I'm having trouble with my buttons. Whee! Oh, interesting. Becomes night down here. Oh, hi, Mike Fox. Yes, this is a 3D planet. An actual round planet.
Looks like we got a good meal going over here. Look at that.
No. With a nutrition.
We got a readily cooked s'more, a can of Dr. Pepper, some meals, coffee, a pumpkin. Breakfast of champions.
I must switch to.
Wait, did you miss the s'mores?
Nope, I got the s'mores. Those were one of the first things I mentioned.
Okay, I'm just retarded.
I'll switch to this guy. Not named food. Therefore, it's not edible.
Yeah. I described them straight out from the building, so.
I have
Somebody...
I do have a pumpkin that I can eat.
Kill
Oh, my Cheez-Its. That's what it went.
I could also eat this guy.
I'm tracking.
Oh, put him on there. No,
Oh, gosh.
you gotta cook him. You gotta cook him. Scale him down and slap him on the grill.
Right in the fire.
Yeah.
Oh no,
There you go.
no.
Slap the edible directly on the coals.
Someone's shouting, please don't eat the cute Eevee.
Nom 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 nom. I wonder if-
I like this. I like the grass on this too.
Hold on. I know what I'm gonna do. We got.
Where did they go? You delete it?
No.
We have an old coffee that we can cook.
Wow.
There we go. Oh, he's freaking out.
Explosion.
Poor Eevee. I saved this boy.
It's a spicy Eevee.
Here comes next.
I can't scale down next. Never mind.
Also have this too. This is probably melt.
Is that a... That's a Frick's ice cream treat.
Spot.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
It's fried ice cream.
Oh, shit. There we go. Feels like kind of want
My response saying, "You're evil." Excuse me, I meant you're Eevee. Yeah, fried ice cream. There's
Fried
actually
ice cream is a real thing.
yeah, there is a such is a thing that there's
Yeah.
fried ice cream. It's just you probably don't get
Never
it.
had
just-
it.
You probably don't get it by throwing a popsicle stick on fire. Apparently, this is not edible though.
Fried Twinkies. Yum.
I think I burnt it too hard, so it's
You know,
not edible.
everybody's like Twinkies are a big thing for some reason, but as far as Hostess things goes, my favorite thing is actually those cupcakes with like the little white swirl on the top.
The ding
I think
dongs?
Yeah.
I think those are the best Hostess thing.
I need,
Twinkies are overrated.
I need a tooltip that I could just like zap anything with the tag of food.
Yeah, that would be pretty easy.
Which I want to go back to. I saved I repacked and saved it before I left and did that small update. So I have my mechanics
This
in here again.
update, we were talking to Fruits, and he actually pushed out a fix for the call the person was working on that was too hard to detach.
Yeah.
We made it so you can delete it from the inspector really easily now.
Oh, nice.
Does my full body look like it's working? Like I feel like I'm a little
It does.
off on the side for some reason. Like
Good,
my hips
good,
are
good,
a
good.
little shifted this way.
That is good.
You look normal, but you look fat, which is the goal. So
Well, yeah.
thumbs up, thumbs up.
Yeah, I was eating some food in there, so.
You're not getting this Eevee.
I don't
Do
believe
you
he had a choice.
know how many calories are in that Eevee? Oh my god.
A what?
I said, do you know how many calories are in that Eevee? Ugh.
It's my baby.
They kind of explode when you eat them, though. Oh, I got my.
I don't have my.
I think I forgot to turn on my live badge thing. And let's hide camera.
Crumbs is now online.
I think the only thing I'm not excited about Christmas is looking for buying presents for others.
Bullets?
It's always like that thought of, oh, these don't snap there.
No, they do. Here, hold on.
Well, they snap for like that. I forget that probably doesn't look right, me walking right through the fire.
Yeah.
Yay. Does this actually spin? Nice.
Does whatever you stick on it parent to it so it spins?
Yeah, you can,
I don't know if you set that up. No.
No, it's gonna have a preset stuff to put on there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's gonna be.
Oh, are you gonna be
made,
making
food.
basically like a game?
No, it's not a game. It's just a little fun toy thing to mess around with.
Okay, a fun toy thing with game-like mechanics.
yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Like, this would be so nice in like a survival world that you just build a campfire and then like actually cook your food and.
Yeah, there's gonna be cooking mechanics at some point.
Yeah. Which that's why I keep like mentioning at times, like on what I would like past like my eating mechanics is setting up a world that is for like the whole game mechanics of just survival world. So try to put like
like as we design things, we want to make sure they're like open in like an API-ish way, so we can tie them together with other things. So, like if you make a food system, you should make it like with it in mind that like anyone who makes some game that needs a food system like might be able to like tie it into your food system.
Yeah, that's why I like what I just thought to set up is having the easy control of like on what it searches for on food. And which maybe I'll put another one, like maybe I'll actually split it up to where you can make it so it what it searches for if you want it like for something named or the tag. And so like instead of like them right now they're both searching on if it's either named or tagged the same thing. And
yeah, well that's just for backwards compatibility.
Yeah. But yeah, just for like in case you did want to like have it so it searches for a specific name for things. Like if like if maybe you already have all your food items named to some specific thing and it's working with some other mechanic, maybe that would be the use of having it search for a specific name.
I'm really imagining like this feature where, you know, everybody's logics is just like kind of like modular.
Oh, yeah.
And people can like reuse them in like their different projects. So almost like a library in, you know, insert programming language.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
I have heard of Overwatch, it's just I never cared to play it. Just doesn't look like a type of game I maybe would have gotten into like a lot years ago or something, but yeah, I'm kind of done with competitive games.
Yeah.
Man, once we have like component access and logics, once he finishes like the collection system, like you'd really be able to like, you know, similar to like a DLL, like, you know, export methods and variables to like say like that, you know, like a valued like driver component and have other logics like easily tie into them. That would be really good. I can develop like a standard for that.
You know what's funny is I have this watch here that shows like my local time. But having Toolkit, I also have another watch that it shows my. So now, like, I look at this hand, I have 2 watches or 2 clocks to look at.
As well, yeah.
Yeah, Oculus has a watch that you can stick on your arm, but I don't use it because Neos already has a clock built in.
Oh, yeah. That's fancy.
I'm gonna grab my tooltips out from it.
Oh, nice.
Disable my gestures.
Your eyes. It's cute. I wonder if
Rosillo, there is a night side to this planet. You can walk in any
Yay.
direction, literally forward, and get there.
yeah, I walked it all over. Yeah, I saw there was another campfire set up down there. That's interesting. How was it? How complicated was it to do the logics to be like gravity all around this one little sphere?
Surprisingly, it's really simple. It's very, very simple. I used probable primes method, and it was very little nodes. Only like maybe like this amount, just 5 or
Yeah.
6.
Nice.
He's talking about Problem Primes. The Gravity Playground world has an example of this kind of logics that you can play with.
I
Nice.
used the moon landing one.
And
Which
then
both of them are the same.
we basically did when I did the logics for the Neos cylinder is literally just that, but in reverse. Yeah, it's the same amount of nodes basically.
Boy.
Go back to this guy. I really feel like I
You know
need
what's
to.
really funny about this world is when you're just looking, the planet looks a lot smaller than it actually is. Like it looks like,
Yeah.
there's no, I'm gonna be over on the other side in no time, but it's like, no, there's so much.
Yeah. Let me be my volley. Oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta optimize this one a little bit. Yeah, only 3 fingers now.
Where'd Bradix spawn in? Where do people spawn in actually?
Right around here.
I don't,
No one's in here.
they just
No one else
joined.
too.
I was trying to.
Oh, well, they didn't successfully join. Okay, never mind.
One thing I have to fix is the steam on the coffee. When you get to the opposite side of the planet, it starts going down.
Oh, yeah.
So I gotta figure out how to fix that.
Trying to fix
I mean,
my.
I can easily fix it by making it you only do local space, but then it won't drag behind. Boop boop.
Doing what?
Father.
You tiny me.
Mother, why did mommy run away?
Oh, I've been playing RimWorld with the volley mod.
I didn't know RimWorld even had a Navali mode.
Yeah, it looks pretty cute. And for the fun, I named one with my name, so I'm basically an volley in there, and also someone else that like I've been watching. What did it say? Unrelated. Well, the world crashed. I was gonna explain to them that on the funny stuff that's going on. Yeah, what is going on with my? I don't like that my shoulder's poking out there. Well, that is a skin weight thing to do with this character. I kind of wondered on like how every time I look to see what it looks like with that full, I wondered on how well you can see stuff with that first person view. Um, but yeah, I was gonna do a new world. Um, like that I could just pull these things up. Just stick this in there again. Yeah, sometime probably it'd be nice to just set it. Maybe I'd do that. Do that now. But yeah, I'm thinking of like adding a new one, like let's call it like this. Edible tag search. And then we'll add like another one. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put, oh, you know what? Let's do it this way. So I'll start replacing the things. But yeah, pull this out. And I'll parent it to this little thing. Like it doesn't have to be something that like I have it so it's like kind of out of the way, but a button I can just click on. Maybe I'll have it there. That seems like a good spot to put it. It's not the thing I wanted. This thing. Open its inspector. Grab that. And we'll parent it right to that platform. and then turn off its grab ability. Oop, apparently that... Why did that squish it? Reset scale. Messed up its scale. Guess I will have to turn on its grab ability. If I can grab it. This is so skewed. What is going on? That button is so skewed. You know what, let me undo. Okay. Why is this so much trouble to just stick this on? Is this gonna work like this? Have this as 1, and then can I parent this to that and just... No, it does that. Why do you scale yourself? Stop it. Where is head scalable? What happens if I turn off scalable? Still does it. How do you keep it from scaling like that? Another update. I should have just waited. Great. I didn't even do any changes to this, so I'm not gonna bother. But I'm wanting to get this. I need a break too, so you know what? Yeah, just I'm gonna exit out. And I guess deal with that for now. So I'll be right back. I need to take a quick break and up. And apparently there's another update on Neos anyway. So. Okay. Oh, wait. Put these things back on. Yeah, these trackers don't last super long. Okay. There been an update? Did it already update? We'll see. But yeah, this looks like it works better than... I was trying to have these like docked on my hands before, or like this chat. But that's easier. You just have it right there up. And then like I even have this window where I could see what my stream looks like. Though it looks like it stutters a lot when I don't hover my thing over it. Which there's probably... There's probably a setting for that. Oh, both grips. Oh, I can... Nice. And of course my keyboard. Okay. Let's see if go to another world.
And there will also even be like a voice that guides them. And they'll be able to even choose possibly their language as well as that, you know, because we want to try to get Japanese language supported.
That would be wonderful.
Why am I flying away sideways?
I guess his gravity just decided to...
Okay, so if we did basics, that wouldn't overlap too much for now, like, because at least it would be like it would be a good supplement. Okay.
Is there a reason I'm sideways?
No, there's no reason we've done nothing in here yet. That's so weird.
Why am I... the gravity's like falling down that way.
Yeah, so you're like just at an angle. That's so strange. I've never seen that. Maybe it has something to do with full body. Are you in full body right now?
Yeah. I'm also live streaming, by the way.
We both are in the same book, like where people come in and they're like, oh my god, what's going on? And that's okay. Like, people come in and they're like, I don't know how the controls work. And you're like, I ideally wanted just something kind of fun and playful. They maybe look and it's just an easy way for them to kind of get used to it. Yes.
Show you for 2 minutes, like we can come directly right back and say, everybody, I actually would like to show you what we did with the mirrors. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay,
it's kind of
sure.
cool.
Do you guys care for a field trip for a second, everybody?
Yeah.
It's only gonna be like, you know, we'll only spend like 2 or 3 minutes inside there. I just wanted to show you like the one
The
thing.
bus ride isn't too long.
Wait till next starts it. Don't click on it.
Yeah,
yet.
no, wait till next.
Hi, Bobotron. I think I met you. You've been here before, haven't you? To
Yeah,
Jim?
no,
this
is my first day actually.
Oh,
Way to go.
wow!
You
You're gonna
might
be a
have to
perfect
join
test subject
next
if you don't
Awful
mind. We're
Friends or
we're making
something. It looks like
tutorials
it
for people like you. Today.
Yeah, I know. I was like, that's really awesome because I mean, this morning I was playing around with the functions and trying to figure out what all this shit was.
Exactly.
I quickly realized what it was. So
Hey,
it was cool.
Medra,
Yes.
is there
Hey.
is there a reason I'm sideways?
I have no clue. I've not seen that. Is that a Lewis?
If I switch to walking, I fall.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know. You might want to reset yourself, but let's go into Excellence World and we'll fix that. So here's how you go into a world. If someone's opened it, you click on this, and then click Start, and
Okay, sweet,
should go. Oh wait, shouldn't let us go into it. Just double click on the orb. It should let us into his world. If it opens up a separate one, then we'll fix that. I'll fix that if that happens. It shouldn't. So,
I'm not
let's
sure if
see.
he started a session.
Is there a way to reduce, I don't know, graphics or something? Because right now my index is running on 51 FPS for some reason.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go into. Oh, let me a second. Oh, here.
Maybe
I'm
just
gonna invite you. I'm gonna add you as a friend. I'm gonna invite you.
Yeah, I was thinking just join him
So
specifically.
yeah, well, he has 8 people in here, so I think that. Let's just open up a world joiner. I think that's what's going on. Give me a.
Basically, this is for so that people can see behind their character, or like around their eyes.
Yeah, my projection's all weird too.
See? Wow, shit. That way they can see different perspectives, and if you get closer to the mirror, you'll be able. It gets rid of the grid.
Oh, okay, yeah. I get it.
I don't know why
so
that.
My tail.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
That's really cool.
Next, I don't know why that other world the gravity was crooked for me.
I don't know.
This is being very weird. Lag. I don't know if that world's crashing or if I'm having to load really big thing. I don't know what's going on. I think it's crashing the game. Yep, that actually crashed the game. Well then. I will also mention I'm going to have to take a break maybe in 30 minutes or an hour. Basically it's like snowing a lot today and I need to there's a lot of people all in here. Which is making me have to set up my camera and all that. Jump to them.
All right, now hold them like this. Now take your left hand and lift it and turn it in. Aha! You almost had it.
Oh, there we go. Oh.
And then your right trigger will take a picture. The left trigger, your right hand, if you bring it down your index, it'll take a picture. But if you do it with your left hand, it'll do a 10-second
Welcome
timer.
to the high voltage world.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You are no longer perpetually crying.
You can see your
Yay!
Well, you were like crying before. Oh, did it crash again? What's going on with lag it lately? I wonder if Brooks did an update and it's like messing up. Look at my camera controls. Oh, do I have to set this speed every time? Yeah, why is everything crashing in here? Everything is just crashing. That broke my... Yeah, so these, yeah, smooth speed. So these are all the smooth speeds. Why are you wanting to be in the ground? Why are you being this way? Could do that and just get so it stays up on me. Mama. I don't know what's going on. Is it maybe because like I have it?
Oh, it can take a lot of work and a lot of people collaborating.
Oh, okay.
I kind of want a copy of this thing to spawn wherever I'm in with my world. And
Oh yeah, it's
no littering in this world.
yes.
I have a newer copy of it, so don't give up the old one.
Okay. Thanks.
It fixes the problem with grabbing the pedestal, moving everything that is scanned. So.
Worlds seem to.
Hey, just
Awesome.
Are you now warm in your house? Done with that snow shoveling? Oh, what the heck is wrong with your microphone, boy?
I made a folder. It's in the folder.
Wrong microphone.
Oh yes, there's an almost things folder. Yes, that's exciting.
Is that bot gonna like delete things?
Well, what about now?
Don't do something.
That's
right?
better.
Wait, why is there 3 options?
That way the route's clean, so when we
That sounds awful.
search for something, you don't
It
worry
picked
about
up my Bluetooth headphones.
I know.
So, okay. Yeah. Do you mind if I keep the anomalous things out here
Took
for
an
people who
arrow.
want to grab it?
No, not at all. That's...
Okay.
Did you take an arrow to the... Oh, not to the knee, but you just literally took an arrow.
This is crazy.
Oh.
So,
No, you
we'll
took
work on
one into
tutorial
the
stuff
knee.
today, and
Oh.
there, and if
Well, if you
Megatron
put
doesn't
2,
mind
then
being
it'll
our
be
test
like
subject,
Dumb or
we
Ace
can actually
Ventura.
work
There
on
you go.
controller stuff.
You can grab a lot of
Seems like
people's
that'll be
health hangers and
complementary to
stuff.
what's needed.
Oh, I took the
How long
one
have you
that
been in
just
Neo so
copies
far,
all the
Megatron?
time.
2 hours?
Oh, perfect. Wonderful. Wow, you're exactly the person
Jason?
we're trying.
Hey, what's up, Aegis?
Okay, so
How are ya?
okay.
Good.
Have you used any of the
Out there
controls
today,
yet?
shoveling.
Yep.
We've
And
got
sweeping.
Yeah, I'm not
that same storm that you
Okay,
got is coming
so,
my way. We're supposed
did
to
you
get about
watch the
a
video,
foot
It's
down
or-
going
today.
eastward.
Or
Yeah.
how'd you get?
Yeah,
It's right. It's snowing outside
thankfully
right
the
now.
first
Actually,
person
but
I bumped
we're supposed to
into
by
was
tomorrow.
Buffy,
We're supposed to get a
Turk.
at least for
Oh, nice.
Do I have my live badge on, by the way?
my shovel out, my
Turk,
snowblower
did
ready.
you go to album?
Yeah, your light badge is on.
Yesterday, I was
Yeah,
working on
that's
like
it.
making sure that
I can see it.
have
That's
the
the
setup
best
for
way in this for now. Like,
making
is
it more
getting someone that's just
optimized,
really nice,
so
and many people are.
for the ship.
So I'm
And
thinking
also
that
for the
Some
if
worlds
you can
are
have
randomly
someone there,
crashing.
what's
I
And
really
found out
nice
that it's
is
much
something to
easier
do with
doing
controls.
Yeah, like mine is. Sorry about that.
No problem.
For some people, I think.
No, the thing is, I got the Unity, actually even the old Unity thing,
It's
Unity
modeled
crap.
out. The other one is just
Um,
texture.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Yeet.
also people will know based on their controllers. Like so,
Has
sometimes
it happening to you more often too?
So
Performance.
some of
Just
this.
from
Like this is
joining other
Well, I guess
worlds,
already
like
have this.
this
Oh,
is
no.
like a mesh like with
like
so you can see, like,
world
so
that they
this
were
way
at
there's a lot of
before.
be highly
It was very.
Pretty much with file
It
sets,
suddenly
it'll be, like,
froze
average.
like everything on me, and
Although
then
what
like
I'd say
Neos
is,
crashed.
when the VIP and any spectators load in,
Interesting.
they should like note that it may take a while for it to load.
So I don't
If you're
know
just, this is a huge experience, and then
I
once
don't
it's
know
all
what's
done,
going
then
on really.
as
Like
long-
there's
yeah.
randomly crashing out of worlds here.
Well, I was noticed too. I noticed my CPU is getting more and more used. I need a
We'll
big
make like a waiting lobby or
block for
so,
my computer.
and then
My
I
quad-core
think that'd
quad
be a
thread
good
just
idea.
ain't taking this no more. I bought that with a lot less use in mind than when I built that computer. So
Oh yeah.
thankfully, I'm
Like
about
if
to get a
there's
64
any
thread.
like actual depth, it will be in the actual
Why are you
model.
scanning
But
me,
if there's
droid?
like little indents or like vents and stuff like that, the bolts in
Really?
Actually, I haven't added the bolts in Blender because I can just add those little details.
Okay,
like
that
just
robot
symbols, etc.
stuck
in,
wrong gravity
Source's
on me.
Painter to make it even nicer.
That's not good.
So that's actually one
guess you
thing
found a bug.
was curious about.
Yeah, there's a bug in that thing.
Ursula and Clark are going to be AIs
What if you
that
change
don't
from,
really have
like,
any
fly to
body or
walking
don't really
back?
have to have movement.
That's why I
could
stuck on flying,
technically
because when I go to
have
walking,
not even have to use VR. And they can
I just
Oh no.
I fall away.
Yep, something's weird with that. I guess I better turn it off. Wait, something just really set because the world orbs are sideways and they just went straight. So something strange happened. Try walk again and see if you're upright this time.
Nope.
I get that you're saying it's going to be easier, maybe.
Okay, I don't know what it's doing. I guess I'll turn it off.
I was saying that I was just
Sorry about that.
thinking of like
No
if it
problem.
was gonna be like
Did it parent me to something that's just making me this sideways?
Yes. Well, it shouldn't be sideways, but it didn't. It puts users in their own slot that's not in root to avoid having too many things in root, so that everything you bring in is in your own folder.
Oh yeah. I wonder if you need to try to like put me outside of that, so I'm not like sideways here.
I can do that. You're back in root now.
See if that was it.
I
Nope.
can reset rotation if you want.
I was just putting that out there, and like I appreciate also the idea.
Looks like that fixed it.
Is that better?
Yep.
I don't know why you got a rotation, but
Yeah, apparently it stuck a rotation on me.
I have no idea why it would do that. I guess I have to add an explicit no rotation when it creates the user folders.
Yeah. Free falling.
Just wandering through the ship. They should
Yeah,
still
that's
be able
not
to
good.
hear her, but they just won't necessarily see the eye blinking.
Right. Yeah. They just want people to hear her throughout the ship.
I'll make 3 hologram
Or throughout
tables.
the facility, for Clark's case.
I'll make 3 hologram tables. One in the near the teleporter,
Have
one
a
in
few,
the VIP room, and one in the
A
bridge.
few fun gestures on this guy.
This is what's the contents here. This place is gonna
Yeah, the
I
bluffing.
got a surprise for you. I got the Hydra map done.
Oh, nice.
With all the sound
Hey,
files
just
now.
did you show Jason that sword? It's pretty cool way you did that sword.
Oh, you guys might want to, if you're going to be building, probably have to separate into a separate world. As you can tell, we're starting to lag a little bit, which is unfortunate.
It even has haptics on it, and it makes a loud sound when it dings.
They have to
I
have
love it.
avatars. I think we can avoid that for now, but we probably have to work in separate worlds, unfortunately, for some stuff.
Well, it's got even haptic control on it.
Yeah, feels great here.
Yeah, when you equip it, yeah.
Oh, sure.
And then also when you swing it.
If there's anyone that hasn't
Is
built
that
here
based on
before you
anything
come towards me,
from like reality? Like what is that?
how we
What is
organize
the
it.
purpose of that sliding weight? Is it to help like give you power on a swing?
Yeah, like power on a
Yeah.
swing.
My friend had a concept for D&D where it was originally actually a liquid weight inside there, inside a tube, like liquid mercury or something, inside a metal tube, and it slowly goes out with centrifugal force. And it's like, oh, that's a really cool concept. But if you won't see it because it's concealed in the sword, and it's like this is easier because you can actually see it.
Is it based on any type of actual weapon, or is it just or hypothetical?
I think it's like a hypothetical. Plus, there's similar weapons to this. It's like a based off of just a normal medieval, early medieval sword.
It's really fun to do it.
It's like those toys where you like slide it and then left and right.
Yeah. Oh, I hear the ding. That's great.
You don't even need to equip it. You just like hold on it and you would feel it.
Yeah. I just want to be able to decapitate somebody so bad.
Oh.
I did some fun setup with this face on where I can control my eyes.
Oh yeah, that's great. Are you doing that with your controllers?
Yeah, with my fingers. Because I got index, so I can control my finger rotation.
Oh, your tongue. You got a tongue thing too?
Yeah, I can control my tongue
I want that.
and my ears.
I totally. Oh yes. Oh, dude, I have to get that. I gotta get my index, man. I'm dying.
Yeah, so I played with creating logics where it controls like pretty much puppeting my own face a little bit.
Can you get to the point where it feels kind of like you don't have to think, like overthink it a little bit? Like you kind of do the same triggers over and over again and it starts to become like a muscle memory? Or you're still kind of actively thinking, like, what is the tongue again? Oh yeah, the tongue is that.
Yeah, I haven't, probably get like that if I did use this character a lot, but I've been playing with like other avatars and I've been being this guy a lot of times, and I just currently set this guy up, which looks pretty nice.
Yeah, I like that. Are those functional wings?
Not really. I do have an Avali that has logics that I could flap with and actually fly. Let me see if I can find them.
Did you boot your microphone?
Who's playing Philip Sousa?
Yeah, this guy.
Oh, that's cool.
There's going to be an actual full avatar that has those.
So like I actually trigger and like pull down.
And you can fly.
Yeah, and I'm like flapping.
That's cool.
Here's that raccoon, by the way. This raccoon, I actually modeled and rigged him fully.
I do.
And,
great.
Thank you.
Here's Pero here.
Okay, good. And I can hear you as
that
well,
I also
too.
helped
I just had to
and
turn
do.
on the other the video volume and that.
Yeah, we're working on creating tutorials today.
I forget which ones, like, apparently there was like 2 of them. There's a tongue control for him. I forget what buttons they are.
Okay.
There's because like he can stick out his tongue, and which he set it up himself on that. But like with
the mouth is good. The mouth has got all sorts of good lip animations.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
like that. Yeah. That snarl is good.
Yeah.
I really like that snarl.
If you hit something
I forget what.
which we don't see normally with each other.
I forget the buttons. What he does.
Yeah.
I think that would be really super helpful.
There's a button that, because his tongue is actually on bones.
Okay.
And basically, when I stick out the tongue, it puts it on the dynamic bones, and you can actually grab the tongue out. But I
can't remember the button gesture.
Yeah, I remember it was like some. Like
how complicated can it get? Can you end up triggering like it's a three finger gesture? Is like, or is it?
Yeah, I think it's like probably hooked into like where you gotta put your fingers a certain way. Like kind of like what VR chat did.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe it's not even set up on that guy.
guys, because you can tell it's kind of laggy for some reason.
So this guy, I don't think I can
That was like just a
easily see it.
I think that's what. Either way, next, I think.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I have no idea what the tongue was. It's gonna bug me now.
You need some type of like cheat sheet that you can like equip to your hand or something that has like a. Oh, you get it was definitely snarling there.
That's why I just want the beginner experience redone because.
Oh yeah, I think it's
Oh,
one.
there it goes. That's something.
People the basics. It's like,
Oh, here we go. So it's.
and it's like.
Oh yeah, there it goes.
It's
Who did
basically
that?
like draining.
I think that was my fault. I deleted the wrong thing.
I think we all responded. So yeah, I did have it there. It was. So I know what button it is. It's just down on the trackpad on this.
Undo doesn't seem to work either, unfortunately.
Well, it's too late.
Yeah, I hate having to repeat
I'm really sorry about that.
Do I have to hold it down?
That's the main reason why I wanted just to do the beginner experience as the first thing of our top priority.
I have to hold on my
sense.
trackpad in such a way.
Especially with the amount of people that I'm sure we'll be getting next year. Next year there's going to be
I didn't do that right.
the realm.
It's kind of hard to do.
Where it's like
Not a very.
so. Plus, when I see people like struggling and they're like stringer, it's their first time, and I can see that they're struggling.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so you can grab my tongue if you want.
I don't. I definitely want to.
Oh, are you set to spectator or something?
I don't know. Sometimes my grab. Oh, there it goes. Sometimes my grab doesn't work so good on my paws for some reason. The grab area. There it goes. What?
Yeah, it's
I love it. I love that, dude. That's so cool.
Wonder. Let me see if this is. Okay, it just snaps back. It used to have a thing where when you let go of it, the tongue was like stuck that position. So
And it won't go back. You gotta put it back in.
Yeah.
I gotta get the index controller so I can get some cool doggy gestures for my dude.
They come inside of here with
Yeah, I've been
just like how some people are coming inside of here using it as an educational platform.
I've been mainly doing like a lot of like little fun things with avatars or so, and a big thing that I've been working on, which I was gonna go and do some more, is this guy. Some other avatars I have set on. This guy can eat food.
That's so cool.
So he has a nose boop that I forget when it's turned on.
Right. But basically, as soon as you get can it be any object as long as you get it close to your mouth?
It's an object, any object that is labeled. Is it spawning? It's not spawning. This piece. Any thing that's labeled with food,
Okay.
and it has a collider. So this is named food,
The guy who wears the Yin character, he has like the
and it
helmet.
collides with thing.
In your inventory?
I think
I
it's.
saw the crumbs. The crumbs are great.
And this is going to be his first experience in
I think
VR.
things aren't working here very well. And if I eat enough food, my belly actually fattens out.
That's awesome.
Actually, I can go over here so that we can.
Which is was showing with trying to eat a bunch of food here.
So it'll be easier for you to do.
I just met, or not met, but I was hanging out with somebody yesterday who was asking about commissioning somebody to do oh yeah, your belly's getting fat. To commissioning somebody to do a custom avatar. Do you do that?
Yeah, been doing. I got like commissions for.
I love it.
Which now I do have a limit which I pretty much hit. Like so, I don't think my belly won't get any fatter than that.
That's so funny.
But I can control how fast I there's actually a digest rate on it. If I don't move, it will take an hour to go all the way back down.
That's so cool.
And it speeds up depending on how fast I move around.
That's so funny.
And otherwise, there's a multiplier I can like put on this and then just do 1,000 and
right.
And shrink it all the way back down.
That's cool, man. I love that.
But yeah, I actually do have commissions that I'm slowly working. I had to actually put them all on hold because I'm working with a game project that we got an important due date to make sure, and
Got it.
so if anything until like I get all my stuff done and see that there's I can like go back to doing some commission things. I'm just like I sent out like a message on like my FA that I'm just like I already closed my commissions because like I gotten a few people having wanting to have me do a commission for them, and so I'm.
Oh gosh.
So like it's going to be a while until like first of all like get back to doing like some of them, and but mainly like my commissions have been like for just VR chat, and there's a few like Pero like I actually brought into here, and so if someone commissioned me just to make for Neos like that'll be fine. Like I made this guy. Also, and I
Ooh, that's cool.
felt like putting him in here too.
That's great. Oh, the tail's great. The fur on the tail's really good.
Thanks.
I'd like to make some stuff.
Yeah, and then
and just be able to have the ability to print it out, and then I can have it like on my desk.
Oh yeah, I did.
I don't know if you're getting like a MakerBot or something.
This rat, but I don't have I don't think I have an avatar to wear with it because I helped him set it up just for him, and so he has the avatar protect on his rat, which so I couldn't save it to my inventory.
Got it.
Which apparently, like it used to been, I think just one avatar protect that was like on the root, but apparently there's also now one like that goes on the mesh of the character, and so I didn't know that before, and like because I was trying to save a copy so when I can like go to it and edit update a few little things for him later on, and so I couldn't save it to my. We couldn't figure out how to get so I could save it to my inventory, and
because there's a double lock now, I guess is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's two spots that the simple avatar protect component gets put on, and so because it was like on that body mesh spot, I couldn't figure out on saving it. But
I added the weight sword to the Neos.
I usually go around like with as my raccoon or.
I like the raccoon.
Things. I found this headset actually works pretty well with him too.
That's cool.
He also has a flashlight.
Yeah, that's nice.
Which is kind of bright. Like, I think the person that stuck that flashlight on did like a edit later that I probably need to want to fix sometime on, where lessened the fog of it and made the light go a little further. Because right now the fog can be a little too dense in front of you.
Right. So you're just making it actually worse, not better.
Yeah.
It looks cool though.
Yeah, it's 9 p.m.
By the way, I saw the video that you shown that like I'm very interested also on like on doing like a whole like RPG kind of interaction.
Is that the game that you're working on now? Is it kind of RPG?
Well, what I'm looking to work on, like what I shown, like did like a whole crazy eating mechanics, with a lot of help, I should say. Like wasn't me just. Like I had a lot of help showing like on how to work with the logics, and basically people edited to it. And what I'm thinking of doing with it is set up a survival world and make like a whole gameplay of like
if you want to decrease
like a lot of those games like Minecraft or so, where you're just doing basic things, just surviving.
options in there.
Were you guys doing something like that in Creator Jam with the fish? Were you part of that? Someone was talking about fish were eating other fish or something. It was kind of like survival plus eating.
That's why I did like. I helped with. Like we were using that eating mechanic, and
so I recommend.
And yeah, that game was simply like if you ever played like
and then looking through some
I think it was like
options in there.
I forget what it was, something IO that there was like a simple browser game thing that like you're just a little circle blob, and you're trying to get bigger than the others so you could then eat them and get bigger yourself, and basically it was a
basically you can eat anything smaller than you, but you can't eat anything bigger than you, and you got to avoid the bigger ones.
Yeah, and they were going to put that as like a little fish and grow game to play with each other.
It's going on right now.
I think it's 3:30. Hey, hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta go do something in real life.
No problem.
This world specifically, but yeah.
Nice. Very cool. This is cool.
I mean, I could go into a optimized avatar real quick and then see. I still gotta do some tweaks on my avatar, but there we go. Am I running a lot smoother? Yeah. Yeah, I gotta update my character.
Yeah, I can go to my. I don't like that my camera's messed up again. Why is? Wait, why is it not showing the right camera? There it goes.
Are you making the camera only render for you? Because there's the checkbox to render it for others, which I do not recommend if you want to keep the performance for others.
Well, on my OBS, it was showing as if like the camera was sitting in World 0 when I looked at my.
Well, then probably close it and reopen it and it should work.
Yeah, I clicked the mirror display on and off, and apparently that fixed it.
It's either that or just close the menu and then open it again. It should work too. So.
Yeah, I realized closing it actually the camera still works.
Okay, finally it's taking some shape.
Okay, so I had
I'm interested.
basically, it's a little bit like
he has full body trackers right now. It's just he doesn't have like a full body character on.
Okay. Kind of
so it does actually support.
Welcome to New York.
Okay.
This is like, this is your controllers, and it like
elbows,
drops the controller. Oh man, I wish there was physics.
Maybe I was thinking of the same thing. Like, normally when you pop into a program, especially if you're new, you're like, what the hell? Like, there's a bunch of mess everywhere. It's like going into like a construction zone. You're like, what is going on here? Except there's like memes and like people flying around as animals and like weird like plants and whatever else.
Send you the picture.
Shooting lasers, guns, but
whatever
so you pop into a room.
I still don't know what it is.
You wouldn't see any of that because we just pop into a room first.
Something with Nexalon.
Yes. It would say like I knew it like connecting as well too.
It was really funny when they were putting eyeballs on Nexalon.
Yeah, he was trapped in screen mode, couldn't do a thing about it.
Yeah.
I was thinking you do like a logic tutorial,
like machinima stuff, and like really get in. The live performance stuff I love, but I also love, just traditional film and television stuff. And I really want to get more comfortable with the camera systems in here and start shooting some like more traditional stuff. I think it'd be really fun.
Yes, that's actually something I've been researching for a while now. In fact, I have a world that I go to every now and then with a couple of people, and we'll pull in trailers and stuff like that, and kind of just do film analysis stuff together.
Oh, I want to. Please invite me. I'm going to friend you right now. Next time you guys do that, can I come along?
Okay, yeah.
If you press,
that'd be great. Have you shot stuff in here yet?
Controller, it'll open up.
Not yet. We've mostly been experimenting with like we'll bring in a scene or like a room or a small house or something like that, and we'll figure out how to get the camera to guide smoothly through the house to see if we can get that stuff like that done. So that's something I've been experimenting.
That's one of my biggest things that I hope somebody will help work on with the camera system here. Is I love those anchors, but modifying the point from anchor 1 to to Anchor 2. Right now, you can't, right? This is the limitation. The camera kind of goes and finds that point however it wants to, and I think it's just going in pretty much a straight line, or maybe some type of simple curve. But if we could kind of track those out in more sophisticated ways, I think we could have some really cool camera moves.
Yes. Well, there's actually something about that I've been looking into.
It's running off of your
called
system.
the
So what if
tween
we
mode.
save? If you
Oh,
save,
I just read about this, but I don't know what it means. I mean, I know what tweening is in animation.
So anything
Exactly.
So if you can tween the camera, is that possible now?
Your cloud home.
I want to know what so you can actually mess with how it's guided from point A to point B, the speed and stuff like that, and then you can trigger it. So
it'll always be there.
So you can actually mess with how much it'll move from where to where.
Is the sine one? Is that like where it does like the back and forth?
Go to that world, and you can still use any.
Well, sine. Okay, so think of it like this: a sine wave is just from left to right. It goes up slowly and then down slowly, and then it'll repeat that pattern as it continues. However, if you've got just a half sine, which is point A to point B, it'll slowly start moving, and at about halfway, it's going its fastest. And then it'll slow down immediately after it hits halfway and
So
slows
it's like
down
a
to a
speed
stop.
ramping kind of a thing. It's just it's just controlling the speed of the acceleration and the deceleration, essentially.
Yeah. Like if you ever work with animation software, it's basically when you pull the lines out of a keyframe and start bending the line on a keyframe. It's kind of like that.
I'm a character animator, so I should know all the animation keys.
It's basically that, yeah. Whenever you smoothen the animation line between the keyframes, it's that.
Okay.
It's that kind of effect.
What that means, it has a server running.
Yeah, I gotta figure that. I mean, I feel like that camera tool is really good, and it's if it can improve or we can figure out how to hack it or mod it.
What would be really amazing to work with is there is like ways like in 3D animating softwares where you can get like the curve of like where what you're keying to have like the actual line curve to its endpoint, like on through the frames. And I think it was like Lightwave that like does this well, and it has the points of where things are keyed, and like you could like actually drag and manipulate the curve line of on where you want it to end up to be. And so like that would be really good to do like with the camera, where you can like actually drag the, like if you want the camera to do like a bit like a curved loop to another point, and you can pull out its path, pretty much its pathing, and
like transformation smoothing is actually something I've been experimenting with a lot lately. I recently finished rewriting my vehicle system a little bit, so actually with Lewis's help, I was able to figure out what the delta node does in Logix, so I can have it to where my spaceship, if you go forward and then you stop thrusting forward, it'll slow to a stop rather than just stopping immediately. So it's like a medium pseudo-physics almost going on with momentum.
I was literally just watching your videos in the creations area of Discord, and I think it was you guys, right? Where one of you was flying it, and one of you was down on the ground. We're flying it around a cylinder.
Yes, that was Zen flying it. Yeah,
that was awesome, and I love that video. That was so cool, and the controls of that ship looked really sophisticated. Like you were being able to do those quick turns, those quick 180 turns in the air. That was really impressive.
So far, it's a little buggy with how it takes the input, but basically all it is, you grab the joystick and you pull the trigger. The depth of your trigger pull is how fast you'll go, and that's it. And then you move the joystick like you would in a flight simulator. Same thing.
I mean, once you can figure that out, I used to work and build in high fidelity, and I was desperate to get a good working spaceship over there, and we worked on it for months. And not me, I can't build for shit, but we just nobody could get it to work. When I saw your video, I was like, oh, that's exactly what we were trying to do. It's so cool. It's just, I think, we all think vehicles and VR is the way to go, right? I mean,
it was actually kind of funny because he was, like, I had built system beforehand, and it was basically stop and go. Like if you pulled the trigger, you would go, and if you let go, it would stop immediately. And then I finally got that system to work where it actually carried you beyond the stopping point. That was an accident because I was actually helping Lewis set up a rocket. He got a hold
I saw
of
your rocket too.
oh, yeah,
I saw
the rocket, yeah. When he was messing with the rocket, and I was like, man, I bet we could do a lot of stuff like this. And so we were able to. He got his rocket system designed, and because he was able
And then I can change the texture on here too.
translate some of what he did over into the Vico system to get to his third iteration now.
Bit of a bright ground here.
Also, now look at your character.
That's bright.
I can just undo it all,
Oh, there we go.
and then I'll be all back to normal. So yeah, there's a whole library of
this
free
was the one that
materials that
was a
people
little
can play
fixed
around
better.
with. There were 200 that were uploaded recently because there was an update.
I'm really
on the
excited for
website
that meta movie.
has them.
About
Yes.
what?
The meta movie.
There's even a
Me too.
wireframe one too.
Oh yeah.
I'm super excited. Get there.
Yes.
There's so much food.
So wouldn't you need like volunteers of actors or so going through
Yeah,
that?
I've got about 5 actors that I've worked with on the last one that we did last year, and I'm just bringing them over into Neos this week for the first time, just getting them acclimated but we might. It depends on. I basically have room for 4 to 5 main actors, and then what I might do, if people are interested and willing to put in the time, I might ask for volunteers to play like extras, basically, like guards or security guards or something like that would kind of roam the
It's funny
halls
you
with
should
a
say
gun.
that. If you ever need that, let me know. I'm a security guard in real life for one, and I grew up in theater, so.
Oh, great! Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. Let's keep in touch.
I've always wanted to take a try at acting of any sort, so
it won't let you because it's
Lewis, I just friended you.
yeah, I saw you were going for my name.
Other people's names.
Yeah, that sneaky little.
Click your name.
I found a way to hide it too, and I'm like, I just do this.
Just like go with your wrist.
From there.
No one notices it.
It's okay. I don't mind you knowing. I want to be your friend.
I just say I probably do a terrible job at acting.
I can't be.
Yeah, some people are born to it. Other people figure it out over time. Some people choke.
Yeah. Yeah, I know how to animate characters acting, but like I feel I'm terrible at acting myself.
Oh, it's theremin?
That's a hurdy-gurdy.
Hurdy-gurdy. That's cool.
Well, is this volume too loud or something?
No, just the song is very sad.
You're gonna make me
No,
cry.
it's
Stop. He's making me cry. I'm gonna get my concertina out. It's loud and obnoxious.
Good. We need to make a band.
Yeah, it's doing like right now. There's multiple stuff people have open that are like.
Hello there.
Hello.
Oh, you are a what's it called, not volley.
Yep.
Yes, the new one.
Yep, I got the scale set up in here.
Well, that's nice. The first time I see the nut volley in the Neos VR.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, you couldn't get in earlier.
It looks quite nice.
Updating bug.
Hayden.
Oh, you even add dynamic bones to the ears here.
Yeah, pretty much
In
all the
feathers.
stuff that's dynamical.
Oh, that's so cool.
Feathers are all dynamics. Can't grab the end
it's
one.
so fluffy.
Can't grab these ones because apparently that broke my ability to laser grab things.
Oh yeah, because the collation, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, my tail's grabbable and.
Well, you forgot a watch there.
Oh yeah, which
that's so nice.
It has my tools in it too. So.
Oh, that's nice. It's logic stood by the texture. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, I just gotten out of the shower, so my lenses are really foggy. That happens a lot. Well, that's so cool that you made the avatar in the News VR. Well, there's a giant nut over there with full body tracking. Yeah, I still wonder how can I connect the Oculus, or not the Oculus, but the Xbox Kinect V2 to Neos VR.
Yeah, I heard there's ways that people found to get full body without the Vive trackers. So
yeah,
I can't remember who did that type of stuff, but
the full body tracking on the you could just do all the bones from the Kinect. Because the Kinect supports I think 250 bones or something.
Yeah.
So you can pretty much make it all full body, very accurate. But yeah, I still need to find out how to make that how to make it work in Neosphere.
What I remember is, from hearing people that have done it, is you gotta get like some software that
I got Kinect to VR,
yeah, like you pretty much have this program that tricks it on like saying the certain points are like the trackers, and
yes,
and so it pretty much tricks thinking that Steam VR thinks that you have those trackers on you.
Oh, hello there.
So
Seeing you on the Discord.
Yeah, that's how he is. Yeah, trying to figure out how to make full body tracking using the Kinect. Because the Kinect
I was reading that thread. Yeah, that was a cool thread.
Yeah, about 200 bones or something, and you can pretty much make every bone track on the character being able to track in full body. That would be so amazing. Because that would mean exactly a 200-point tracking. Okay, you imagine the leg?
VR, is it a camera?
Yeah, it's a camera. Yeah, it's like a
USB camera?
3D depth. It's a 3D depth camera.
So you're aiming it at the user in front of their computer, basically, and it's reading all of the actual physical movement of the human, and then translating it into the joint animation. Has anybody actually made it work, or is it just theoretical at this point?
Yeah, now it's only the feet and the hip, but that's 3-point tracking. But since there's many more bones in that it supports, so I wonder if you can just add 200 trackers to it. So it works with 3 trackers. 3 virtual trackers, but not yet with all the bones in it.
Well, Frooks set it up. The full body goes up to, I think it's like 11 points right now. So like, so it wouldn't help too much having 200 tracking points at the moment in Neos.
But you can at least do 12 or 11 tracking points.
Yeah.
So you need to figure out how to add them.
What I do know.
Who's actually working on that? Do you know?
Oh, it's there's 2 versions. There's Kinect to VR and Drive for VR. There's a Discord server for Kinect to VR. There's a Discord server, but the developer's not really active in there, unfortunately. Okay. And there's Drive for VR, which is a paid program, but you got a trial period for like 1 hour, I think. And then yeah, that's a much simpler system to set up, but it's not. It doesn't have so much support as for like what you call it, for beta testing. So you have like optional settings that you can select and add multiple tracker points to, which you can do in Drive for VR. You can add multiple tracker points. Just the question is where do you add them to it? And that's so amazing if you are able to add that in Neos VR. So you can just set up Neos VR and set up the Kinect, and then it's you just do the full body T-posing like this, and then it sets up all the trackers to where it's supposed to be. That would be very basic, it's integrated, yeah. That would be so awesome.
Great. That would be great, because those web VRs are like cheap on eBay. That's why I was reading your thread on that. They're not expensive hardware.
Yeah, especially the version 1. The version 2 is a bit more expensive because they are newer, but the version 1 also works. It doesn't have so much as a wider view, because the I mean.
Number
like
1,
the area
that's
that
like
tracks,
the number 1 rule
the
of
version
rec
2 has a much
word by word.
wider viewing angle, so if you have a larger play space, you can have 4 by 4 meters, I think, and the No, it's starting from tail 8 by
There we
8
are,
meters
perfect.
it was. And
Adorbs.
the version
Adorbs.
1 only goes to 3 meters by 3 meters.
Brooks went to sleeping or something?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll continue to watch that, 'cause if somebody can figure that out for Neos, we're gonna all
Exactly.
be full body in, in a
Have a
heartbeat.
Kinect integration in Neos, although would be so awesome.
Watching those videos of whoever's wearing that 11-point tracker system, it's just I
Exactly,
could watch a video
that's
all
so
day.
awesome.
I could watch it all day.
That was
And
really
that's the great thing
amazing.
about the web VR would be you don't have to bother strapping all that stuff on too. Like that seems like it's a pain, 11 straps.
What I
And having to charge them all, that's also a bit of a pain.
And the USB port or the USB hub that you need for all that too.
That would be even worse.
What I do understand though about like problem with the Connect or like the tracking that way is it would get confused if you like put your foot behind another one.
Right. It's something that includes the other thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could live with that. I could live with that.
Yeah. So
there's so many people, and this is actually quite a volume of people. I mean,
The Zerk Connect doesn't do that. It actually tracks it still accurately, even if you put your foot behind your foot.
So there is systems that.
yeah.
But the Azure Connect is still experimental, and it's only being given out to developers. It's not consumer
Wait,
yet.
that's the tiny one, the little Kinect version.
Yeah. Yeah. It uses AI learning.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I actually found it on a site over here. We have a site called Unbound VR where you can buy VR stuff, and you can actually buy it for 262 euros.
I think we're
So
talking
it's
about the
quite
wrong
amazing.
one.
No, that's a tiny Kinect.
It's called Azure
device.
Connect. Azure.
Azure.
I need to search.
Azure, yeah. Azure.
Oh, Azure.
Is it fine for me to spawn something in here? Like I wonder if there was like something I needed to put myself
But
in.
it's $400 for just even the dev kit for one of those, and you can put them together, so you can have 3 of them around you, and it would you can track out multiple people in the room.
So just to show, grab on this, and like this would be like the HUD that I would have on.
Oh yeah, the one I found was the Intel RealSense depth camera.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, okay.
It has like
that
the
would be
nose
so
boop
amazing
sound.
having the new Azure camera. That would be like that would be so changing for VR, because then you don't need to have the trackers
The reason
anymore.
why it's so good is because it's using that AI learning software, so it's going, every single person that buys one, it's going to go back to a cloud to give it back that data, and then through that data it can improve its software.
Oh, we really need that for Neos VR. That
Yeah,
would be so changing.
we're gonna have a Zerk Connect support and the Tesla suit support.
Yeah, and also that would be also amazing. The Tesla suit, oh boy. Especially when you fall asleep in VR. Somebody said something about tickling Brooks in VR when he has one when he's asleep.
That's funny.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So Jason.
Yeah.
So like grab on this, grab this little thing, and and it would like connect to you. That would be like the HUD with the mechanics been working on. If you do hold on your left controller trigger and secondary, you can like hide and show that.
Yeah, got it.
And so basically,
what am I looking at exactly?
So this would be parented to your head. This is the mouth collider that you can put like the labeled
this is the food.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is the nose boop, which actually can connect it to.
That's quite cool.
Connect to a blend shape, so you could squish up someone's nose.
Wait, so you can just add it to an avatar and then it works?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not like a quick button right now to do it. You'd have to like go in the expector and like parent it to someone's head bone and make it not grabbable. But right now, like with like grab it again, and you see like how everything's like with the green box right now. It's because that one button on the left is like on HUD edit, so you can grab all these things and move them around and like position them to where you'd want them.
Ah, I see.
And so like you can like grab a skill, like pretty much fit it to you where your mouth is. And then you press the button again and it turns it all off, and then is the quick setup to put it on the character.
That's so handy.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's the stuff I've been working on with this, and that's pretty much like with the logics that I shown you with that other Ovale, where I could put food and stuff up my belly, pretty much.
That's amazing. Now, what's the camera for? Just so that you can test it, basically? You can test the...
Yeah, because like I was wondering on like putting it with the Barber Prime's like gesture wheel, or pretty much like any like right now it has like just simple like the secondary action buttons, so like you can have easy like 2 gestures right now. Put it like with like a blend shape, like with the blep or open the mouth. This guy doesn't have any, or at the moment.
Well, mine does.
Yeah.
Only the nose doesn't work for some reason.
It's because with yours, it was like grip and then menu button on your right controller. Is the toggle it on and off.
Wait, the right controller.
Yeah, hold grip down and then press your wrist menu. Is there a reason why
that opens the session. Oh, there you go.
Oh, the sound might have gotten glitched already. I've been trying to like update. There's a glitch sometimes that a toggle gets switched the wrong direction, so the only time that does the sound is when you toggle it on and off. So it's kind of gotten broken on that. Usually it happens when like it gets very glitchy. But yeah, the HUD mirror, because I like actually setting it in VR chat like a little face cam display on showing what your gestures are. It's just a nice helpful thing that you can have that somewhere and see what your face is doing when you're doing face expressions.
Got it.
Because that keeps it so you don't have to like search for a mirror all the time. Like, what was my gesture?
Right. That's awesome.
And that's why I like having it. Like it's with like the simple buttons. Like I updated it so because like a lot of tool tips use it where you hold grip and then press the menu button. And so I found out that was a bad idea setting it that way. So
because it's too familiar, it's too common of a gesture, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like for buttons. So I made it so holding down secondary and then doing trigger on your left controller, you can hide and show the HUD. And it has a system on like whoever like grabs onto it. Basically, it's going to be attached to your avatar, and so when you wear the avatar, it updates what user's using it, and so no one's going to see your HUD and stuff.
Got it. Do you normally like test it out every time you fire up your avatar, or once you get it parented, it just kind of sits in the background?
Yeah. It's set to, like it updates every time like a new user or when you wear the avatar. Like right now, like it pretty much it changes every time when someone like grabs onto it. So now it's like displaying for me.
Just import models.
Ah, okay.
And
I imported some models.
And even like I will make it also like it's not going to have like this thing, or especially make it so it turns off this grabbable. I made it so it's just a quick, easy way to like save the whole thing by grabbing that. And but yeah, make it so like that. Like I could probably make it so it parents right to your root. And there's a component that things can like follow your head bone.
Oh, it does.
And basically it'd become like a HUD, but I'll put it to like instead of like, you know how your menu, like it snaps to when you go to like a certain rotation or moved around.
Yeah.
I'll set the setting. I'll look into like setting the setting so instead of parenting it right onto like the actual head bone, so I make it easy to find where it is in your components or on your hierarchy. I'm just going to your root, and then the whole thing will like just be following your head bone.
That's really cute as a default avatar.
And
that's awesome.
Yeah, and so I feel like I need a big things like I want to like look on figuring out is that, and then how to simply have a drag and drop menu thing on where you can grab your blend shapes and then just put it in, hook it into the thing. And
oh, cute.
So that basically you have customization about what like how the face actually eats. Is that the idea? So that as it gets closer, you can control exactly how the mouth opens or the cheeks or whatever.
Yeah, which that's how I did with the other avatars. Is it actually rotates? It either some has like the jaw rotates, or some has like a blend shape that like opens the mouth when it does that.
When it gets close, basically.
Yeah.
This is the new
Let me
version
see.
jumpsuit.
Oh, which
I like them.
I could probably share this if you're interested.
Yeah.
Is we got this little folder that's all the avatars with that.
Can I put that in my inventory? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah, you could save that as like a public folder if you want.
Okay.
Which that reminds me, I need to go to this one world and put it so like everyone could find that folder.
Major, I have made a breakthrough.
Awesome. So I just added it.
And inside that folder, there's
Yeah, exactly. Once there will be physics engines, I really want
the
to
different
turn this into a
avatars.
car.
In the tools is actually the latest
you should get this thing working.
this whole mechanic. I haven't stuck this latest one to the avatars, but there's the mechanic.
This is what you're just showing us right here?
Yeah, that's what this is here. And then in the avatars is like the ones that I hooked up, like the older one, but the mechanics still work the same. It's just I've been updating this one where it's like easier to edit and place it on like another avatar. So the logics themselves haven't changed much. So like so yeah, the world in the world there's the where I have them all displayed, the public world.
Oh, I've read about feedable furs. I saw somebody talking about that in on the Discord, I think.
Yeah,
that's cool. Well, I definitely once you feel like the food eating mechanic thing is working, I hope you'll help me rig my bulldog, because I would love to eat some cake.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you want it like affecting your belly, you just need like the blend shape. Otherwise, you could simply just throw it on any avatar. It does not need to be hooked to a blend shape. But if you just want the fun interaction of eating food, you can like hook this. You simply parent it to an avatar, and here's all the food items that it can eat.
Ah, that's great.
Right now, it's set up where it searches for a root name of food.
Okay.
I did edit this one where you can put a tag on the item where it has food, and so it doesn't need to be name. It doesn't need the name food on it for it to work. And then
you can just tag it basically.
Yeah, there's like a tag
see, that's
system.
why everything here is named food, because it needs that name.
Yeah,
got it.
it doesn't need to be just named food. Like it needs the food inside it's in the name. Like I think there was a few that it has like it like with underscore food or something like that.
Got it. Pizza underscore food. Yeah.
So like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found there's like a tag system which before I didn't know about, and so I just was doing it with like the root name and so yeah, that'll make it easier on like so you could have this named pizza and then it still be edible.
That's right.
But would need to go through all these and like add that tag to it for all these to
what
work.
is this? So the effortless food generator, is that doing what you're kind of talking about doing? Does it tags an object as food? Or is that the idea?
It's actually putting it to an object that has root of food, and so it pretty much makes any grabbable object so it is edible. So it kind of does still work on the old system, but like that makes it so instead of getting a dev tool and then renaming, or in this case, like you would still need to put the tag into an object, you can just set it onto that thing and turn it into food.
Great, right. So just keep you from having to pull the dev tool tip out and get under the hood. That's cool.
Which it's fun to take that out and like grab random things and
just make it edible.
Yeah,
that's cool.
like I ate this watch at times and just ate random objects just because I can.
Well, can I try? Can I try to equip this bulldog?
Sure. If they don't mind us like editing that, we can like stick that on you. Like this would fully work. So if you want to do that.
I don't want to crash this world if you think it's going to overload their.
As long as we're not like going into the root of an avatar, I just need to parent it to your head bone. So I don't think we're gonna do anything that's gonna crash this.
Okay.
Oh, I accidentally keep grabbing things. That's not what I want to do.
Just make sure I'm gonna spawn out another one. Then spawn out the avatar you want it in.
I found a sword. Hiya.
Oh, it's a fancy looking sword.
Yeah, it's the rune sword. Put it in Niels VR. It looks kind of. It reminds me of like a futuristic sword. I can make a light, what do you call it, a mission map on these green parts and then make it glow and everything.
You're spawning out your.
I'm just gonna give you this one. I'm just gonna grab another avatar to wear. I'm just gonna.
Hey, there's multiple avatars here.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Oh,
This is the Dargon model, the Dargon.
Okay, so there's the bulldog.
You mean the Zane streaming one?
So yeah, I just need to grab his. Oh, and I just happened to grab his head bone right there.
I've lost access to my menu. I've lagged out too far. Also,
Nice.
So I gotta grab this thing.
Yeah. Is it as easy as parenting it to there?
Yeah. So I just need to grab this, parent it to this.
And now it's on the model.
Things you got open.
It's on.
There we go.
Oh,
It's so small.
They closed one of them. There should only be one now.
So there, I parented, positioned it, which that's where I try to set it. So I just reset position and rotation, and now the HUD is like in front of your head and all that.
Okay.
Which can turn that on. I'm gonna do one last thing is just turn that off, and I'm not sure if you want this in your head. the it's not really in the way or shown, so I might just leave that anyway, just in case you need to set it for something to grab or see where it is. But I made it so that's not grabbable, so now it's not going to get moved from your head or anything.
Okay.
Let me see, is this...
I'm right here, my dude.
Oh yeah, I have those things. So...
Hey, what's up?
What you probably want to do now is, like I turned on the edit thing, is like, which these things would be in the way right at the moment.
What's up, man?
But like hop in it and then back into this character, so all the HUD and stuff will be onto yours.
Yeah, I see it.
And either you can try to edit like with a mirror with that, or if you go out of it, it would still be ID'd with you. And so you could like even be outside the avatar and edit, and should be able to edit the stuff.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay. Yeah. So, what edit do I want to make here? Do I want to just position this so that it's comfortable for me to see it?
Yeah, probably. Well, like when you turn it off, like you won't see these green squares. This is just so you can see where the colliders are.
Okay.
So you probably just move this down to like where your nose would be, because this is the nose collider, and then this would be your mouth.
Got it.
Oh, and from me grabbing that. So I guess you just need to grab the avatar to edit the things. This block way out here is the camera to your face.
Okay.
So you'd want, so you can like
more central. Yeah. What do you recommend?
Just wherever, like, basically the HUD can be just wherever you want it, and so if you think it looks good, then you could probably just save the avatar as is. Well, and
let me check it again. Yeah, so I think I want the camera to come down.
Try grabbing it inside it. Like you should be able to just grab it way out there.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Okay, that's much better.
That should be fine, in my opinion. As long as people know that that's a Neo's
everything's
channel.
kind of everything's kind of tilted over to the side.
That one's the main one that links out on the website, and I figured at least if the band.
Yeah, you should be able to like.
I can just grab everything, right? I can move this guy a little bit.
To tilt the things, that's where you have to be outside the avatar, actually.
Got it.
Because
I'm not gonna have this on very often, right?
But this one you already have the.
Well, you're not going to have the HUD edit on like that. That's just so you can grab this.
I can live with that.
Yeah, so like just press the top left button. Like there's a button that's like HUD edit, and just uncheck. Toggle it off. And so now everything should be in place and not like be grabbed around. And so you can save the avatar, and then you should have all the mechanics working for you.
And then remind me again how to. So let me save them real quick. Hold on.
Which that's where like I probably want to put like actually another text on like what are the two buttons. The left controller where you can do secondary and primary to show and hide your HUD.
It's the green plus button will save the avatar I'm wearing. Is that right?
The blue one. The blue bucket is saving the avatar.
Okay. Do I have to do anything else? Because I just hit it and it didn't save.
It might be a little delay.
There it goes. Yeah, there it goes. Okay.
Sometimes there's a delay showing on your inventory.
Okay, so now if I want to make that HUD go away, did you say it was grip and trigger?
On this, it's trigger primary. So it's like those two buttons.
Yeah, got it. Cool. All right, so now it's gone, and then trigger primary will bring it back.
Yeah, it just toggles on and off.
Got it. And that's what you were saying earlier about wanting to make sure that key combination is not a common one.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to be triggering this on and off all the time.
Yeah, because like a lot of times, even when you're like deleting something, you grab it and then press your menu button, and that would toggle it on and off.
Right.
And
if I grab this,
and it's and it would be another useful thing that I want to set is having another little text. That's why I have a button where you can on the HUD you can hide all the text if the text gets in your way.
Oh, text on and off, yeah.
And
I see, yeah.
And one of the information texts I should have on there is what the buttons are to show your HUD on and off, and then on your right side, if you do the trigger and secondary, it turns on your nose boop sound on and off.
Ah, got it. Yeah. It's either the editing or the filling. Oh, filling is the belly thing.
Yeah, the filling.
But that's not going to work on me. You said because we didn't add those blend shapes.
Yeah, like well, it would affect the HUD thing that shows like how full you are.
Right.
So like if you have that off, you can like constantly eat stuff, and basically you're just making it so you can eat. and
should we test something here? Should I spawn this food out?
Yeah, we could test like make sure like the food's like you can eat it. The feeding the eating on and off button. Here you go.
It works.
The eating on and off pretty much turns off your mouth collider. Just makes it so then you can't eat anything.
Okay.
Like if you don't feel like having people just force feeding you food.
God, I was just trying to make that connection. I'm like, what would be the practical application? Yes. Once people know that I will eat, then it can be annoying if everybody's feeding me all the time.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been trying to make like nice, fun.
Dude, it's so cool. It's really awesome, man.
Thanks.
I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's yeah, I've been trying to think of like very useful, fun, practical buttons, like simply like turning on the collider itself on and off, and same with like the filling thing. Like if you just want to be able to eat stuff but not affect any filling amount or your belly expanding more, you could just simply turn that off and just have fun eating little pieces of food.
Yeah, I mean, I think your instinct to just, as simple and as clean as you can make it so that, like, I'm a good example because I'm pretty comfortable in VR, but I'm not a builder at all. And once we start getting into those dev pages with all that stuff, it's like, I'm done,
Yeah.
And I think there's probably more people like me than there are like you out there. There's more casual users who aren't able to kind of get under the hood. So if you can make it so that they can self-equip and it's just kind of intuitive to figure out, then and then you ask everybody for a donation of a couple bucks, you're going to be a millionaire.
It's a reason why I'm looking on like trying to figure out how to make it so you can apply it to an avatar without having to pull up the inspector at all.
Totally. Well, like some type of, what's awesome about what I keep seeing in Neos is those stuff like the easy attachment or the easy food thing, like that concept of having some type of a device that you just push one button, like easy, make your avatar be able to eat, just stand on the cylinder and push this button and suddenly that thing loads up. I guess it has to get, tracked a little bit, but that could be made to be intuitive, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the only complex is trying to figure out how to set it up to be that easy. But yeah, I would like it'd be really nice to have a little button that you press on that so it like assigns to you and then parents it to the avatar you're wearing and basically do the very thing that I just did where I just centered it right on your head and then made it so it's not grabbable. So it'd be just simply doing logics that do that simple function without me having to then bring up your inspector onto your avatar and
Right. Just make it almost foolproof.
yeah. Which the nice thing on like what I've been setting up on that like that behind the scenes of that mechanic is I think it also got a little more optimized too. But each separate function of it like the digestion rate thing and it is in its own like little logic group. So if you wanted to, you can like delete out certain functions, basically make it so you could like simplify it and pretty much make the
Customize it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Which I heard that when I shown people like the actual logics behind it, they like how like very organized it's like along the front of it, and I even have a name label text on it on which functions what and so if someone did want to probably get into logics of it and try to edit around or so, it's probably
kind of easy to read and well put out. You're saying that's cool.
Yeah. So
well, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Give me like
It's been the busyness that I've been in Neil's with on doing. It's helped me a lot on getting understanding logics or so and on just doing a little fun. It was like a silly fun thing I wanted to do with Pero that I did that commission for.
That's cool.
Is I thought he said once on like how he was very full with food once, and so I felt to be silly and make his character itself get a very full belly, and then make it like at first it was like a very simple mechanic where like each time you ate a piece of food it like added like 0.1 like a certain amount to that blend shape and so we simply hooked that into the blend shape I made for him and so made his avatar have a fat belly.
It's cool. I love the belly growth thing. It's really cool.
Yeah. I heard some people can like see it as like a fetish thing, and
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, if you go
right.
Obviously, if you go too extreme with it, or
right.
just with anything, can like you could think of like turning into a fetish, but
totally.
I thought of it. I like to try to put it as like a little fun, like anything cute thing.
It's very fun. It's very cute. It's very innocent. It's just goofing around.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's 4:00 and it's getting dark in my area, so I'm gonna sign out here.
Yeah, I actually need a.
Rizillo, is that how you pronounce it? Rizillo?
Yeah, I've been saying Rizillo Riker, so.
I'll see you later, Jason.
Yeah, I'm taking off too next. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you soon.
Yeah, it's been fun talking with you.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for the Ian mechanic, and nice to meet you. And I'll catch you. Sundays are bad for me. That's why I'm not at the makers at the jams that often, because they're just bad days for me. But but I love these things, man. So I'm gonna try to make the next one if I can.
Yeah.
All right, take care, man.
Yep. You too. I don't know if I haven't been sounding like I'm talking to my stream, but I need to like end my stream and get off at 2 because I got shoveling to do.
Much easier to set up. No. You know what? Let's fix that. Okay.
Raccoon.
They are for some reason not corrupted. They are plain files. When they add them to NewsVR,
I was gonna forget to show him I stuck it to that raccoon.
This is one we use for.
Oh, this is that's the one without the mechanics.
Insight.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Oh, that's a very nice detailed classroom.
Yeah, that's one we used for Creator Jam 17.
Just for organizing, I mean, it's
Oh,
much
nice.
more setup.
Let's see. Yeah, that's most of the ones that would be rooms to use.
Materials, wooden. Where is it?
That's a cute little thing.
Here, wooden.
Yeah, I still need to
this
make it
is
functional.
already detailed wooden textures.
Oh, that's a cute
I'll
animation.
switch back to my other avatar.
Oh, but these are not the wooden I was looking for.
Is that one just little idle animation?
On the other hand, are perfect.
Yeah, it's randomly going on like, I don't know, 3 or 4 different idle animations right now.
Oh, so it's not just one animation, it's got separate things.
Yeah, there's actually some logics behind that. You can, if you change an index on that guy. Wait a second. I don't want to select new.
That's nice.
So, where's that logics? Current state. So, if you change the current state, for example, like now he's in idle. Let me deselect. So if you change that, for example, to a 1, he will start to walk.
Nice.
If you go to a 2, he will start to run.
So how do you...
Now he's paying attention.
To bring in the FBX with the animations that way, do you have it like all keyed to one timeline, or is it, do you need it like FBXs can be split up into sections on, like in Unity?
Actually, I just have all animations on one timeline. But if you're going to try to import that, there's currently a bug. If you import more than one animation on one FBX. So if you go to this session window and under settings, I can show you that right now. But open your session menu.
Yeah, there's like in settings somewhere.
No, it's just the eye in your main menu on the wheel.
Or
right grip and a button, I guess. Yeah, it also works.
It's just pressing the trigger and then it goes.
Yep.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the settings in the session.
So yeah, if you're looking at settings, then the unknown bug right now, or not so much people know that the bug on the right lower side, clean up unused assets. If you have that one checked and you try to import an FBX with more than just one animation, it will delete all the other animations because they're unused.
Oh, I see.
So if you remove the checker mark, every animation will be in there, and you can just change with an index through them. You still need to do some kind of mapping, but it's much easier than the way I did it. I exported every model with a single animation, re-imported it, and rearranged the animations to just one model. So definitely do it with unchecking the unused asset stuff. It's going to be much easier.
Yeah, it sounds like if you probably plan on just getting animation in here, is just key it all into one timeline.
Yeah, it's much easier that way. But I still need to get this guy going. Just another prototype.
Step.
I had an idea that I wanted to. So I came from Second Life, and I always remember this one cool little thing that was in.
That's his way of turning.
Area in Second Life, which was,
Currently, right now, yeah.
Had its own part of the gizmo. Okay.
But yeah, I'm messing around on this guy with animations, and later on I'm trying to currently I'm trying to implement something like a trail follower. If the red one will be the owner, the green one will be the pet, and if you go too far away, it will spawn waypoints, so it follows your trail back.
Nice. Like a Pathfinder.
I'm also working on a dynamic Pathfinder, but the performance on that thing is horrendous, so let's not talk about that.
I imagine so.
But I think it will be one of the things I may add to that one. So I have something for collision avoidance. Oh, did I delete the wrong model?
It stuck it to World 0.
Yeah, I deleted just the owner.
I managed to isolate. I stripped all the extra components out of the gizmo that makes it a gizmo. So I used half-life.
So yeah, let's get back to what I essentially wanted to do. Oh, it is a lot. It's almost, yeah, it's 10 after 10. Nice. So let's finish that up, and then gonna get going. Dynamic bones, dynamic bone chain.
It's
Give
3
me that.
p.m. for me. We gotta take a break for shoveling.
I think
Have
just need some
like a nice description to say what the fuck it does. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious. Is it the display? Is it?
If I have to play it, type static. I can still run through it even though I put a
Well, I'll give you
collider
an
on
idea of
it.
what I want to make. It's yeah.
Yeah, sure. I can.
Yeah, so I should. Camera's not working here very well. I think. Let me see. Let me. Is it because I need a. Oops. Trouble with grabbing those things. I'm going to end anyway. So I'll just have a third person view. Let me see, is this... I am curious about the controls though on this. So... Does that make it faster actually? I think that's actually not changing at all. Okay, so if I go higher of a number, now it's really fast. But if I want it like slow, that might be too slow. 0.25 seems to be actually a good number. So yeah, I wish you could just save it like this. New private UV UI. Anyone get it? Yeah, I could just close that. I don't know if anyone's like really watching at this point, like saying that no one said anything in the chat all this time. Okay, let me check. Oh, someone said something in the chat. Let's see. Hello. I'm gonna end and take a break here. It is. I'm always one like, as if like, I might and might not start stream again because I don't want to like make any promises, but I'm gonna stop here and I got shovel snow because at this point I don't know if it like stopped snowing by now, but I gotta make sure the driveway's cleared so others can like get in the driveway, not be buried or not have to drive over a lot of snow. But so really didn't do anything that productive. Just kind of messed with a few things. But I like that I can you can pretty much see like my I don't know on how if I need to make that any bigger for you to see like when I like look at logics or so. But I just have it there, so when you're... Oh, I see. So it is like double grip and then like, that's nice. Oh, it's just hold it once and then... Wonder, does that work if I... Oh, and then you just grip it like that. Wonder if there's a setting to change that. I don't know. But take care, whoever's still watching. Take care, phenotype. I'm probably destroying that name. Sorry. I'm gonna end stream. Oh, which I could do it right here. So I am liking this toolkit thing. It's just some things that's felt like I need to figure out or fix on them. For one, it didn't help having it on my wrist to see the chat because I kept grabbing it away. But take care, everyone. I'm gonna just stop stream. I don't have to leave VR to do it. It's nice I could just do it right in here.